All right, guys. So, look, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about retro gaming handhelds, right? And I'm just saying to myself, I'm fed up. I might be done with them. I think I've had probably the worst luck with these retro gaming handhelds out of anybody else I've seen on the internet. I've seen people complain about things here and there, but I bought two of them from two different companies, and it's just like no luck whatsoever. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep investing money into retro gaming handhelds. Like maybe I'm just spoiled, but my whole thing is this. If I buy a game or I buy a console or I buy a handheld or whatever it is I'm buying, I grew up in a time where you bought a Nintendo Game Boy Color, you bought your PlayStation 1, you bought your Nintendo 64, and they worked out of the box. I've never bought one of those consoles or those handhelds and they didn't work out of the box. I don't even remember anybody complaining that theirs didn't work. Now, like, did it ever happen? I would bet money that it's happened before, but I can't recall it at all. So, my whole thing is this: when I buy these things, especially the price that I'm paying for it, because I got to pay shipping fees and all these things. These things come up to hundreds of dollars sometimes. I want it to work out of the box. I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to have to go and try to figure out ways to upgrade the operating system, and it's better if you do it with this operating system versus the one that they gave you but the whole time that other one was out, or they were planning on coming out with this operating system in a few months. It's like, just wait until that operating system comes out and put that on there. You know what I mean? Like, what if you're not tech savvy? What if you're buying this for a kid? You just want it to work. Why would I buy something where I have to they give you the SD card and then you got to go and buy a whole new SD card? What is the point? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. What's the point of that? I don't get it. Like, why would I want to go and buy a new SD card when it's supposed to come with an SD card? Why are you giving me a cheap, faulty one that you know is gonna break down? You know I'm gonna have to replace it. It's like, just give me a good SD card and be done with it. Like, recently I was playing. So first of all, if you watch my other videos, why I'm making this video, first of all, is because I had made a couple of videos before, one about the Mio Mini Plus, and then I did the Ambernic, right? Plus. And my Ambernic, that stopped working after a while. And now the Mio, like the other day, I turned it on and everything was white clear. Like, there was no games on there, no nothing on there. It's like, I don't feel like going and trying to download or find this or do that. Like, I don't want to do that, man. And I was in the middle of Chrono Trigger too. that's what. That's really what I'm irritated about. I was in the middle of Chrono Trigger and I never really played that game, and I was a good ways into the game. I was a good ways into the game. I'm excited about the game. I'm saying to myself, this game is some fire. And now it's gone. My save files are gone. Everything is gone, and I haven't touched it since. I don't feel like going online and trying to figure that out right now. You know what I mean? It's a little different if you buy, let's say, you buy the Atari Game Station Pro. That worked perfectly fine out of the box. Now, if I want to go and make upgrades to it, update the firmware, install other stuff onto it, that's cool. Like, that's an option for me, right? I don't have to do that though. I can play it as it is, right? They give you a slot where you could throw a SD card in there so you can add your own stuff if you want to. I'm grateful for that, right? But I'm not being forced to do that because it's going to die on me in a few weeks. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think that's a scam. You know what I mean? I never had to do this. Now I see why companies like Nintendo and stuff like that probably don't want people emulating their stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, I've owned so many Nintendo games, man. I own so. It's like I don't think it's wrong to have the ROM and emulate it. I really don't. I put thousands of dollars into Nintendo, thousands of dollars into Nintendo. If it wasn't me, it was growing up where my mom bought these games for me. She put hundreds into it, thousands into these things. You know what I mean? And so I don't really see an issue with emulation and stuff like that. But when you're putting out these subpar products and you're using these people's their products to boost your product in some way or enhance your product in some way, and your product is trash, you making them look trash too, in my opinion. Like if someone's playing on the meal, I was playing Pokemon, the ROM never worked. Just, if you're gonna put it on there, put a good one. You know what I mean? There's gonna be kids that grow up and they might eventually decide that they actually really enjoyed this game, and they go out and buy themselves Nintendo licensed products, and they end up becoming Nintendo fans for life. I think that that can work for Nintendo in that way. But if you're putting out products where you're making the games look bad, halfway through the game stopped working, a lot of people are not going to think, they're not going to know what it is. They're just going to say, every time I play these games, they don't work. I don't want to play them no more. They're going to turn them off the whole gaming scene completely. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's right, man. If you're going to be using people's stuff, man, put a quality product out there. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I think I'm done with retro gaming handhelds, to be honest with you. I think I'm done with it. I think I didn't want to get back. I didn't want to go and buy another Game Boy, buy another Game Boy Advance, buy another, DS, buy another this. But because I've had them all already, and if I already have them, there's somewhere. If I have them, there's somewhere, and I don't know where they are. You know. But it looks like I'm just gonna have to start collecting the original hardware all over again, and unfortunately just pay that money again for games that I already had. You know what I mean? Because at least I know those are gonna work. Considering that they're in good condition and stuff like that. But with these handhelds, it's like, man, you pay for it to get shipped. You got to pay the shipping fees. I don't live near any of the places where these are manufactured, so I'm paying serious shipping fees. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not paying shipping fees where it's like I live where they're being manufactured, so it's not that big of a deal. They're shipping this over some kind of water to me. You know what I mean? So like I'm paying these shipping fees, so I'm always paying a hundred or $200 for this stuff. I don't like that. I don't want to have to put in extra work if I don't have to. That should be an option for me. It shouldn't be mandatory. You know what I mean? Not everybody wants to sit at the computer all day trying to figure out how to do this and do that. Like, come on, man. Sometimes you just want to kick back and play some Game Boy, play some Game Boy Advance. Maybe tap into some Neo Geo you never played before. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Just yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's irritating. It really is irritating. I got that off my chest. I had that one out. Oh man, I had to let that go. I really had to let that one go, guys. It's annoying. That's all I'm trying to say. And it really made me think about companies like Nintendo going after producers of emulation and stuff like that, because I don't know too much about it. So I don't want to talk like I know this and I know that and all this stuff about it. I don't want to do that. But I did see some stuff online where Nintendo's shutting people down when it comes to emulation and stuff like that. And I get it, you know what I mean? Like, they have a way of doing things, and people want to go out there and take their stuff and just do what they want with it, and you're not even putting out quality product. I think people are really spoiled because I just recently got my Nintendo Switch. And yes, it's been out for many, many years. I just wasn't on the gaming thing for a little while. I was still playing the consoles that I had. You know what I mean? I was still playing games. I just didn't have no interest in getting anything new. So like, I recently got my Switch, and I've heard people complaining about the Switch. And I'm like, what are they complaining? This is classic Nintendo to me. It's classic Nintendo to me. It feels, when you're playing the games, it feels like Nintendo. It feels like home. It feels nostalgic. Growing up playing Nintendo with your friend, it brings you right back to your childhood. What more can you ask for? No, they want something new. They want something this. They want that. The hardware is not powerful enough to do this or do that. I don't. I wonder if anybody ever asked Nintendo that, do you want your stuff to be that powerful? Do you need it to be that powerful? Why do you choose to use this kind of hardware instead of trying to do a PlayStation and Xbox is doing? What if they don't want to do that? What if they don't want to do that? What if they have a formula and they want to stick to that formula? The formula is working. It's been working since I was a little boy. Be honest with yourself and tell me that you don't look. Recently I was playing I think it was Mario Run. I just got it like maybe yesterday, day before yesterday on my phone. I didn't even know the game was out. I just happened to come across it. When I heard the music, they had a remix of Super Mario 2, which is creepy to me. I always found that Super Mario creepy. It's the one where I don't know where they are. There's like palm trees and stuff in it. And like, I don't know, I always found that music creepy. I found the monsters in the game creepy. Never really got into that one. I played the Mario Run game and they had a remix to that theme music in that Mario. And it made me want to go play. I'm gonna play Super Mario 2 today. If I get I'm gonna go look for the game and play it. I think what I'm gonna do actually is get I got my Retron 3. I haven't bought a game for it yet. I've been waiting for something special to test it out with. And what I think I'm gonna do is, because I recently just got this like revamped love for the Nintendo games, especially Super Mario. And I just got a Wii too. I got a Wii as well. I think what I'm gonna do is go on a Mario hunt and collect as many Mario titles as I can, because there's so many that I missed out on, number one. So it's like, I think I'm gonna do that. And what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna get Super Mario 1, 2, and 3, test it out on my Retron 3. Those are gonna be some of my first games for that, because playing that on my phone made me just, I don't know what it did to me. It's like, yo, Mario is an amazing franchise. Like Super Mario is so good. I play that game probably once a month in some form of it. I honestly do. It never gets old. It's amazing. So, I understand, and anyway, I started with a rant on the handhelds, the retro consoles and stuff like that. It's not that I'm not appreciative of the handhelds or the consoles, the retro. But if you're like, even recently, like I like my arcade. I think they put out good stuff sometimes. But the other day I went outside and I saw they had like a Pac-Man handheld, and then they had like Super Street Fighter. They had like a few different ones. I grabbed the Pac-Man one. It was so bad. I grabbed two different ones. One of them had 150 games on it or something like that. And then I got the Pac-Man one. They were so bad. I was gonna make a video on it. I said, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my time. You put up the My Arcade, the Atari Game Station Pro. I thought they did a really good job with that. It looks good. The console looks good. I feel like I just think they did a great job. From that to those handhelds, it's like, nah, it's not hitting. It's not hitting. And I think they're taking advantage of people's nostalgia. I think they're taking advantage of people wanting to be the first to talk about things and stuff like that. They're taking advantage of the children too as well. Put out good stuff, man. Put out stuff that's going to, if you're gonna be using these companies' titles, whether you're doing it through emulation or you're getting the licenses and they're allowing you to put it on, however you getting these games, and you're able to put out these handhelds and stuff like that with these games on them. At least pay homage to the people that made the games, the companies that are making these games, so that at some point the gamers coming up, the young people coming up, and even people that are maybe not young, but they're getting into games because games is for video gaming. Gaming is for everybody. Even though people like to talk down on gaming, gaming is for everybody. And there's something for everybody. You know what I mean? And I think it should be respected as such, but at least pay homage to the games themselves in such a way where newcomers to the gaming world, or even gamers that are coming back to gaming, um, they stick around. You know what I mean? They stick around and they actually get involved, and they're willing to support these different franchises and stuff like that. Don't just put out. And I don't think people should be supporting that stuff, man. You know, like nah, like no, I don't. I think people are really taking advantage. If they grew up when I grew up, and you couldn't just go on the internet and download things, you would have a lot more respect for these games, and appreciation for them. You wouldn't just be out here all day talking about, yo, we need a new one of this, and yo, they need to make this better like that. I don't. I never made no games before. I know it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And beggars can't be choosers. And again, am I saying that they shouldn't they shouldn't try to put out the best products for the consumer? No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I think we could be a little more respectful. You know, that's why I think Nintendo is burning a lot of people. I think that if we weren't, punking them left, right, and center, they probably wouldn't get so aggressive with the rules and stuff like that, man. And that's probably why companies are making everything digital. Oh my goodness. I hate this digital thing. I hate this digital thing, man. It's like, I know it's a scam, but you have to buy some of these games. You gotta buy some of them. Like I've bought a few digital copies of some games, and I hate that, but some of them don't even come out on physical copies. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Huh. And they're gonna take the game away from you when they're ready, right? And they're gonna do it because people are taking advantage. But I guess there's really no way to stop it. I don't know if that's gonna last, the digital thing, because people are just not gonna buy the games anymore. That's what I think. I think people are just gonna stop buying them. You know? I mean, that's what I would do. If they come to me and say at some point, like, I'm buying these games online, like these digital copies of these games, and they're like, oh, we're gonna take it from you now after 10 years, 20 years. My kids can't play it, but I bought it, and I can't hand it down to my kids. I ain't investing in it. I'm not investing in it. And I'll tell my kids, I'll tell my friends' kids, I'll tell my friends, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. I kind of stepped away from the gaming thing for a while, and I stepped back into it. And there's a lot of, I'm surprised to see so much drama around video gaming. At one point, drama with video games was like your friend come over, they lose the game, they whip your controller and break it against the wall, or they unplug the console or something like that. It's something like that, right? But now it's like everyday people are beefing with Nintendo. Like, I'm not beefing with Microsoft about nothing. If anything, I'll just stop spending money. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. It is what it is to me, cause I don't make video games. So it's like I don't build cars. I don't make Hondas. I don't make BMWs. So if it's not available to me, it was never mine to be. It's like it is what it is. It's like if they stop making BMWs, I'm not gonna go and on a bro. I don't care. Like, it's like, okay, I guess I'll just buy a Ford. You know what I'm saying? Like, beggars can't be choosers. If you want something your way, there is a point where you're gonna have to find a way to get it. Make it for yourself. Get it, get it how you live it, man. If they stop making Mario games, you know what? I'll either look for the next best thing, or maybe make my own game that's gonna fill that void. Which, yeah, Is that is possible? Is it gonna happen? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, gaming's supposed to be fun, man. That's all I'm saying. And when you have these cheap things they're putting up for a few $100 and they're breaking down on you, they take away the joy from it, and I think it ruins it for new and old gamers, man. I came back to the gaming world in shambles, guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get it together. What happened to the Mario Kart day? They're supposed to bring us together. Game is supposed anyway. I think that's all I got on this one. I don't know, man. I've been playing Evercade. I'll probably go play some more Evercade. I had a cartridge there. I didn't even open it up. I got it when I bought the Evercade. I got it when I bought my Everkit. I didn't even open it up, and I found some crazy good games on here. I was playing Combat Tribes. I really like that game's pretty cool. And there's another game on Battle Lane. Oh, Battle Lane, but it's kind of hard. But I've been playing Battle Lane Volume 5. Yeah. I didn't open this one because I was playing a lot of Xeno Crisis. But I finally opened it up, and I should have opened it up sooner. I should have opened it up sooner, but you know, better late than never. So I'm gonna probably play a little more of this. I don't know. I've been wanting to play Mario too. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll play some Mario. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll play some Mario. Who knows? Yeah, guys. I think that's all I got for now. Um, no more retro gaming handhelds for me, at least for now, until they come up with something a little more solid. Or maybe, maybe I'll save some money and buy one of those, build your own Game Boys, or the analog pocket, which is very expensive. I went to the Toronto Game Expo a little while, last month or whatever, back in March there, and that thing was pricey, man. So, but maybe I'll just invest in it, you know, and just start buying cartridges and just start collecting all over again, with physical copies. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, that's all I got for now. Peace.